Hi. Hello. I didn't know this went live. I didn't know this went live. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I didn't know this went live. I didn't see the tweet for it. And YouTube notifications might as well not exist. Um, but it's not too much of a surprise, right? The new Mythic hero is Nerthas. We kind of knew that was going to happen. The question was whether or not we'd have a double Mythic or a Mythic Legend combo. I alluded in the preview prediction video that I did like a week ago that it was likely just them being kind and letting us know what was going to be at the end of the month, given all of the other banners and stuff that were going on. And that seems to be the case. So I have my prediction over on the right side of the screen there, so we can check that off as we go. Again, probably nothing really too surprising. We did get a little sneak peek of Nerthas at the FEH channel. I don't remember if she had Gale Force or not, but I assume she's going to be good with Gale Force. I expect her to just be a better version of FREYJA. And then when FREYJA gets a remix, I expect her to be very similar to Nerthas. That's kind of where my head is. I don't expect them to break the mold here or anything. But we can take a look. We'll see what we got, and then I'll give some thoughts on color preference that maybe people might want to prioritize once we have the actual banner and not just my
all creatures that live upon the land are
possible prediction thoughts.
You and your kind.
I like that Nerthuz is looking out for us.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Okay. So we have alarm attack speed. At start of turn, if number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 2, grants attack speed +6 and Canto to unit for 1 turn. If number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 1, grants attack speed +3 to unit during combat. So basically, if you are only adjacent to less than or equal to 1 ally at start of turn, you will get all the buffs, both visible and non-visible, which would put us at 9/9 plus Canto. That's pretty good, right? I like that. That's pretty nice. I hope this spurs off of an existing tier 3 skill. I'm really not a fan of them just introducing new tier 4 skills that have literally no prereq available for them. It feels really bad. I had that revelation the other day when I was thinking about finish. I was like, oh yeah, we don't really have that yet, do we? Interesting. Outside of limited pool, because I think we just got finished 3 from Rebecca Kid, but neither here nor there. Fruit of Life. Okay, at start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, inflicts speed defense -5 on foe during combat, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 40% during combat, and the unit's next attack deals damage equal to the total damage reduced. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. By any source, including other skills. Oh, resets at the end of combat. That's interesting. So you could even pair her up with like an Elamine, or a Flame, or any other, damage reduction staff that you can think of. And boost that as well. That's kind of interesting. Okay. I like that a lot, actually. If no, and also if number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 1, neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. And inflicts gravity on target and foes adjacent to target after combat. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to be honest. When the Fate channel dropped, I don't remember much from it. For reasons. So I don't know. I don't think we had this much of an in-depth on Nerthas that I remember. But so far, it's like you can have one adjacent ally and that's it. Preferably 0. So kind of a solo-esque type of unit, if you will. All I'm thinking about is Future Redeemed, by the way, right now. I've been playing for 20 hours, just so everyone's on the same page. It's all I can think about until I finish it. So please bear with me in the meantime. We have Attack Speed Clash, we have Gale Force, cool. Horn of the Land. So we have Slaying, obviously. At start of combat, if units HP is greater than equals 25% grants Omnibuff +6 during combat. Whereas X equals units max special cooldown count value times 2 +5. Okay. As far as I know, there's no 6-turn cooldown. So we'd be looking at a max 5 -1, which would be 4. So 4 times 2 is 8. +5 is 13. Quick maths. Grant special cooldown charge +1 per attack. Only highest value applied, does not stack. And neutralize effects that guarantees foes follow-up attacks and effects that prevent units follow-up attacks during combat. Start of turn, if unit is adjacent to only beast or dragons, or if unit is not adjacent to anything, which again is probably the preferred thing there. Unit transforms, otherwise unit reverts. If unit transforms, grants attack +2, and if unit initiates combat, inflicts attack defense -4 on foe during combat, and foe cannot make a follow-up attack. So pretty good stuff, honestly. Pretty good stuff. It does seem like a Gale Force queen, as it were. Clash, obviously, for movement, extra damage. Fruit of Life thing is interesting. The damage reduction portion of it is curious. I genuinely thought her weapon would have something related to that in it, but it doesn't. So I don't really know how you damage reduce, like how you stack damage reduction. I guess if you put healers next to her within drive range, like an Elamine, like a Flame, then yeah, you probably could do that. I don't know. It doesn't feel like an overly obvious synergistic kit, I guess, is where I'm kind of getting hung up on. It kind of just does a lot of little things. And the only really cohesive portion of it is that less than or equal to 1 adjacent allies at start of combat. That's really it. Positioning with allies. That's really the only cohesive factor in any of this. But again, I'm only thinking about Future Redeemed and the end of the Chronicles trilogy within the Xenoverse. So maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. Anyway, attack animations. Let's see what we got.
For all life on land.
Surprise.
She shoot a laser beam? That's kind of hype. Yeah, that's kind of hype, actually. It's kind of hype, actually. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Keep it transformation. The positioning feels oddly cumbersome. outside of just being in the solo position. Deirdre, yeah. A lot of these we knew about. There's Tiki, and there's Ganglo, who was literally there for half a second. But she was there. So this is our banner. It looks like we got everything, because the only thing we really predicted was Ascended Tiki and Rearmed Gangloat. Right? Yeah. Everything else is pretty much predetermined by fate. And Nerthas that we got. So, looking at this, I'm going to confidently tell you, red, super dicey, okay? Ascended Tiki is great, especially with Scowl. I think when Speed Res Scowl or Attack Speed Scowl comes out, inevitably, on something, probably Halloween, it will be really good on her. Downside, this may be the last banner, if not second to last banner, that fairy units, Plumeria, Triandra, Mira, make an appearance here on the mainstay Mythic Legendary monthly banners. I would not be surprised, and we will cover it in the hero tracker when this banner comes out. So subscribe for that so you don't miss that. I would not be surprised if we don't see them for like 8 months after this, and then they just end up in the remix pool. Or we don't see them for like 6 months, and they're on these monthly banners again, and then they get punted to the remix pool while they await their remix day. So that said, you do have to win a 1 in 3 for Tiki, which is a little rough unless you spark. I would probably spark something else because Ascended Tiki is technically normable. Or if you like Mira or Plumeria, and you don't care that they're likely going to be moved to a much better rates situation in the near-ish future within a year or so, hey, go with gotcha. And good luck, because that's really all you can do here. Blue is banging. Okay, blue is really solid. 3 very different roles that are being fulfilled here. All attackers, obviously, not really supportive units necessarily, but all very strong options. Dagger, Beast Cav, technically. I think Shez is a flying dagger too. Good old blue tome, we love that. All good options, all do different things. Not really a downside, especially if you haven't picked any up before. Any of those are going to be helpful for you. Green is a little bit better in a situation similar to red, in that it does have Triandra, who is likely going to be grouped with the other fairy options. Male Byleth is really good, and still holds up pretty well overall. Ganglo, given that we now know there will be other axes to fill the rearmed void of inheritance for all of your axing needs, is she worth? I think Quick Repose 4 is pretty cool. So yeah, I think I'd probably pull green before I would pull red, Teebs, but that's just me. And then Colorless is another slightly mixed bag. A little bit of a mixed bag. Arvel is great. Ash you've already got for free, assuming, of course, you've progressed far enough in the game to get Ash for free. And then there's Claude, who, has been around a while, but is still pretty solid. It's closer to a situation like green than red. I would probably say, overall, I think red is probably the weakest color. Green and colorless are very similar. If I had to give an edge, I would probably say green, just out of rarity alone. Blue is a no-brainer. If you are one of those people who occasionally asks in my comments section, I just picked it back up or I just started playing, is this a good banner to invest in? I would say that blue overall is a pretty good banner to a pretty good color to invest in if you just want to snipe a bit. Hopefully you get lucky, something like that. But you're guaranteed to get one of those three. Any of those three options are pretty solid for 9 out of 10 accounts most of the time. So there you go. There's a little bit of banner insight in simple speak. I hope that was helpful. If you enjoyed it, I don't think there's anything else for us to see here. It's just sparkables. The banner is lasting until May 12th. So we got about a 2-week period here where we have access to it. Very cool and pog. So there you go. Are you in the poll? Let me know in the comments down below. And leave a like if you found this commentary helpful. A reminder, I will be covering when all of these heroes are coming back and whomst they will be alongside in the hero tracker coming out on what seems to be the 28th. So if you want to wait and see maybe if I don't know what the fairies are going to do, I'll give some help and some insight on that. So come back for that. Anyway, we'll summon on this. Blue looks great for me, so I'll probably just snipe blue and maybe get a little dicey with green because I need quick repose 4, unfortunately. Hey, if I get the Byleth, I get the Byleth, right? Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Hey, have a stellar rest of your day whenever you see this, because you deserve it. Okay? And I don't think people say that enough. So I think you deserve to have a great day. And so you do that, gamer. You go out and do that. Anywho, thanks again, and I will see you in the next one.